So this is a question that I'm going to ask all the other panelists a bit later, but since you have to go in a couple of minutes, I will ask you now because when I had the introduction, I said that 2025 was a complex year for fintech.
Yes.
So what what's the biggest myth or maybe misconception or even gossip you would like to set straight today?
That's the very interesting one. Well, I think that one of the biggest misconception in the fintech market is that fintech will totally replace the traditional financial institutions. So I often hear from, I don't know, crypto enthusiasts that
Oh, crypto
crypto
enthusiasts are different. Yeah.
I know, but I deal with many of them. So they always say that crypto will replace traditional currencies and crypto asset service providers will replace banks. Trust me, it's not gonna happen. Of course, we see the collaboration between these two groups and they are partnering more than ever. And I believe that this is where the real innovation happens. I mean, I see a huge potential in, collaboration between the old market and the new market. So yeah, I don't believe in in this story that we will no longer have traditional banks or I don't know brokerages houses.
All right. Thank you so much, Alexandra. So you can reach out to Alexandra on LinkedIn or come meet her in Warsaw at the conference.
Yeah,
We will share your profile after this session. Thank you so much for
thank you.
joining us. And now I move to Joe Borg. Joe is probably already preparing his answers about the crypto replacing fiat. But Joe, as a chairperson of Malta
But can I start
Chamber,
with this last question,
yes,
Zoltan,
yes,
so
yes,
that we
yes,
continue flowing?
yeah,
So I agree with Alexandra. Of course, nothing will replace anything. So there's no way that big banks are going to suddenly close down and pack up. But we're going to see the traditional finance get into crypto, definitely. We're already seeing it, but we'll see it even more. And we're also seeing, and this is interesting, the new fintech. So EMIs, PSPs, and embedded finance providers, but also crypto asset service providers getting into the field of traditional finance. So they're
yeah,
getting MiFID licenses. They are getting, some of them are trying to aim to become a bank. Look at Revolut, for example. So I think this is the most interesting thing that we're going to experience, and this will bring more competition in all the sectors related to financial services, and it will be for the benefit of the consumer in the end, because the more competition there is, the more the consumer will benefit. So I think this is the most exciting thing. Unfortunately, regulations are being drafted in a way that favor the big guys, definitely. Unfortunately, Europe has lost its route completely, and it is definitely trying to have less licenses that are bigger because they're easier to supervise. That is the main reason. But unfortunately, the Europe's own, unlike maybe other jurisdictions, is we favor small and medium-sized enterprises. Unfortunately, the regulation, the way it's being drafted today, and the massive amount of regulation there is today, does not favor small and medium-sized enterprises, but rather it favors the big operators.